Pod Chef. Pod Chef. You're listening to Pod Chef. When I say pod, y'all say chef. Pod Chef. You listening to Pod Chef. It's a podcast about Top Chef, and that's a broadcast. It's on TV, and you can watch it. They got 21 seasons, that's a lot, kid. But you can skip those. We do recaps about the whole show. Not the food, though, but the other stuff. Yeah. You're now listening to Pod Chef, the only official podcast about the TV show Top Chef, with your hosts, Jamal, Bryan, and Reaves. And I only said their first names because I don't know everyone's last name, and I'm trying to be polite. Now enjoy the show.
Welcome to Pod Chef, the official Top Chef podcast. I'm here, Jamal, your host. I'm here every week. I never take a week off. I've never missed not one episode of this podcast. My co-host Reaves is here. He's having audio issues right now, but he should join us, I think, a little bit later. So I have to do this part. Bryan, are you here?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm here.
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 60%.
We've yet to do one, but we have prepped for one. We are ready if it ever comes down to one.
Just one of us doing an entire episode?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's called a solo venture. I'm working on that.
Yeah. Oh, you're gonna go out on your own?
I was gonna go on the road on my own, and do my own podcast called.
About what?
I was still gonna be a food-based podcast, watching Top Chef.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna call it Last Chance Dishing.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty good, right? Yeah. Last
I had some tough
conversation.
competition, I think, if you do that. Like, I'd feel pretty bad for us over here. Would you still do this one, or you would just be done?
Oh, I'd obviously double dip. I'd do
Okay.
this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That
want
makes
the
sense
royalties.
to me.
Yeah. So Reeves is having audio issues. I'm sure he'll join at some point in time in the episode, but it's a bad time for him to have audio issues because we have quite the guest today, don't we, Bryan?
We do. Yeah, if people have been listening to the podcast for a while, at least for the last few episodes, know that we've been getting guests from last season in prep for the new season coming out because we are good at this. We are good podcast hosts. This is a good
Playoff
podcast.
season. Yeah, it's playoff time.
And so we're getting ready. So like those other episodes, we have a guest from 21 here.
Bryan, do you want to intro or do you want me to read?
Well, you wrote the thing.
Yeah, but
Can I intro you and then you can intro our guest?
That's actually perfect. If you could
Okay,
please
all right.
intro me. And then I'll intro you.
Yeah. Okay, so today, like every day, we have a host who is here most of the time, almost all of the time. He's currently residing in DC. He has been on such improv teams as The Word of God, Lena Dunham, as another one that he has a tattoo of that I can't think of the name of right now.
Kinfolk.
What's that?
Kinfolk.
Yes, he was previously on a digital sketch team called Ugly Hollywood that would film stuff and win stuff in DC and outside of DC, and they've kind of not been doing stuff. He previously was a writer for the Charlie Biscuit show, did stand
up.
He does stand up. He's done some stand up. I saw it. Tough room. The open mics are bad. But yeah, now he's doing stuff, and we'll find out a little later what he's up to now. Ladies and gentlemen, Jamal. We say last names. We don't know last names. I don't know.
It's up to you. It's your intro.
Have we said last names? I'm sure we have.
Yeah, I've said my last name. Reeves hasn't said his last name.
Yeah, no, he's an enigma. Jamal Newman is here, like always.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me on my podcast. We have a very special guest today. Is a man whose journey through the culinary world is as bold as the flavors he creates. Born in Monterry, Mexico, he traded in a future in law to follow his true passion, cooking. He's been recognized as a James Beard Award semifinalist for Emerging Chef, named a Star Chef's Rising Star, and has taken his talents to the national stage as a competitor on Top Chef Season 21, Wisconsin. Now he's the culinary director for Camp Pickle and Jaguar Boletta. He's got the passion, the technique, and the drive that separates the best from the rest. Please welcome to the show, Chef Manny Barella.
Hey guys, thank you so much for having me today. I was really looking forward for this podcast.
Yes,
Nice.
thank
That's what
you.
we like to
That's
hear.
what we like to hear. So, what is Camp Pickle and Jaguar?
So it's part of the group that created a Punchable Social back in the day. I don't know if you guys are familiar. It's called an entertainment concept. Think about like Dave and Buster's, where you have
Ah,
activities. But the difference here with this concept is that supposed to have it. I don't want to talk shit up on Top Golf or anything, but usually the food is more of an afterthought and it's
yes.
just like an amenity. And
Yeah.
here it's more forward. Like I treated the menu that I created as if we don't have activities. It's like as a restaurant, I want people to be able
Ah,
to go there for the food, and if they want to play, they can play. So it's very food forward, but we have the activities. We have Pour My Beer program where you scan your bracelet and then you pour yourself as much as you want to drink. There's a way to control that, obviously, because it can get a little bit out of hands.
Mhm.
Um, so the first location that got open, and it is the only one open as of right now, is the one in Raleigh.
okay.
So I've been traveling to Raleigh ever so often, and that's what connected me with the Savannah actually. So every time I go there, I make sure that we meet up for dinner at least once.
Okay. Oh, wow. So, a top golf, but food is the focus.
First
Like
of all,
a
let's
similar,
let's
similar.
let's drag Top Golf. Feel
Yeah,
free. I
yeah.
mean, you
I know
don't you
you
don't have
can't
to
talk
say
about
it.
top
You don't
golf,
have to say it.
but
I'll say it.
yeah, but as someone who gets invited to top golf for like work stuff, and I'm always like, man, this menu, it could be doing a little bit more.
It needs to do
Yeah,
something because I'm bad at golf. So I'm not
Yeah,
having
I'm
fun
terrible.
with that.
Yeah,
So I need to have fun with the food, and that's not it.
yeah.
So this is a good idea.
It
yeah, and
doesn't
here we
help.
have
Yeah.
it's more of like a duck pin bowling, and there's karaoke, and there's darts,
Oh,
and the plan is to have a pickleball at some
oh,
point, the fastest growing sport in America.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the food, it's I call it Mexican heart with a Southern soul. So we have a
Mm,
fun mixture of both cultures with a small program. So it gives me a lot of freedom on what I want to create there.
wow. Okay. You got you bringing in pickleball. That's gonna up the clientele. You're gonna get a lot of people as soon as you open up those pickleball courts.
Yep, tennis for people with bad knees.
Uh-huh.
I haven't tried pickleball, but it looks and look, I'm not athletic at all. Let me
hmm
get it out there.
Thank you.
It
You can
looks
say
like I
that
could
now.
do it. It looks like I
Yeah.
could do it. Would I be
Yeah.
good at it? No.
No.
Would I have fun? Yeah.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
tennis is one of those sports that you have to be good at to have fun, I
Hmm.
think. If you're not good at it, it's not fun.
Like skiing.
Yeah.
Yes, I imagine.
Yeah.
I
Or
used
like
to
hockey. I've been trying to play hockey. I can't skate. It's not fun.
yeah, I used to think I liked skiing. But what I realized was when I was younger, I just didn't have any fear. And so I would go down the ski slope super fast. And then once I got to like 24, I was like, oh, there's repercussions for
Yeah.
hurting myself here that I have to pay for. So
Yep.
I realized I don't like skiing and I'm not good at it because I don't know how to stop. So that's dangerous. Can't pickle. It's not making sense. You're bringing in pickleball. That works. Can't pickle and
Hmm.
jaguar. So
What
that's
are your
perfect.
thoughts on skee ball? Do you have ski? Would you want to have skee ball there?
I don't think I have ever considered skee ball. I think it's the first time I'm saying skee ball out loud in my life.
It's that what,
Um,
but you know what it is, though, right? It's like the little like ramp with like the holes at the top, and you throw the ball up, and it lands in the little holes.
Oh, so that's how it's called. Okay, I
yeah.
didn't know the name.
Oh no, yeah, skee ball. I was in a skee ball league once. No, I'm saying if you put skee ball, people come. People like
You
skee
know,
ball.
the beauty of this company is that I don't have to worry about which activities go there. So I'm focusing on the food alone,
Okay,
Yeah.
that
and
makes
I don't
sense.
mess with them, so they don't mess with me. So I just trust them and they trust me, and we have a very good relationship like that.
Nice.
Now I have a reason to go to rally for the food. I'm gonna walk in. I'm gonna say, I'm here for the food. Like, do you want to play the games? Games are an afterthought, dog.
Well, you don't
I'm here
have
for
to.
the food. Yeah,
That's
I'm here for the
secondary.
food.
I love that.
So, new season of Top Chef is about to start. You just finished Top Chef season 21 in Wisconsin. What are those chefs about to walk into? And that, what was it like for you walking into the Top Chef kitchen the first time?
Um, it is a perfect stage for imposter syndrome.
Mm.
And in the beginning, you don't think that everybody else is going through the same fears. After a little bit, once we all got closer to each other and we were talking, we realized that we were all freaking out. We
Yeah.
were all scared shitless. But in the beginning, you think you're the only one that wants to
Mm-hmm.
vomit. Um, it is the most rewarding and the most challenging thing I've ever done in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it changed my life for the better. It connected me with people that I consider family now. But it is scary, because you're getting in the ring with people that are really, really, really good at what they do.
Yeah. But then
And
you're
Yeah,
also
and
really good as well. So you get to
I like.
sharpen
Thank you. Yeah,
yourself against them.
yeah, absolutely. And not too long ago, I realized that when people talk about imposter syndrome, they talk about it as a negative thing. I
Mm-hmm.
feel that if you change your mindset and take it as fuel,
Mm-hmm.
you keep you on your toes. Like if you are like, okay, I need to bring my A game because I have something to prove. It can be something that turns into a positive instead of a negative. And when I had that epiphany, it just changed a lot of my approach to a lot of things in life, not only professional.
And that epiphany came from the show during your
Yeah,
time on the show. Yeah.
absolutely.
is there a moment you
So
can pinpoint, like
yeah.
when you're like, there it is, or was it just like at some, like gradually throughout the system, throughout the
Um,
process?
I I think after the first episode, when I was like, okay, I mean, a lot of things happen, and everybody has good days and bad days, and I'm sure that we'll get to that. But after the first episode, I realized that I had what it takes to at least compete and
Mm-hmm.
go toe to toe with some of the best chefs I've met. So that was the moment where I was like, because I was very nervous on the first one, and then I just decided to utilize that to be like, okay, I need to do better than I have ever done in my life.
Do you at any point in time did you find yourself on the show? Of course, you got to get used to the competition and the challenges. Did you get to a point where like I'm kind of in a groove of like knowing what I got to do in challenges, or is it like
Um,
I every time you thought you figured it out, they threw some new wrench in. You're like I can't.
Mike Tyson said once, everybody has a plan until you get punched in the face,
Yeah.
and you will have a plan and you'll have everything written down on what you want to do, and then there you go, curveball, and they're like,
Yep.
oh, okay, now we got to pivot.
Yep. Okay, that makes
I
sense.
personally, when I get punched in the face, I go to plan B, which is go to the doctor. Get away from there. I don't know why it always does this. This is stupid. It also does this too. It can do a hard thing too. When I
Yeah.
get punched in the face, it's plan B. Get out of there. Go to the doctor. Tell my mom I got hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but when you're there, you're already there. The only way passes is through. So you gotta do what you gotta do, and there's no way out, and not because you want to get out. You we are there for a reason. We put ourselves there, and it is the fastest way to grow as a chef.
Okay.
I have never been in a most challenging and more the biggest growth spur as a chef than Top Chef.
Did they reach out to you, or did you have a plan of like, you know what, I want to get on this show. I want to show what I'm made of.
And I never even consider the possibility of applying. Like what am I gonna do there? Going back to the imposter syndrome. And so they reached out to me through Instagram. I got a message on Instagram, and I reached out to my PR team, and I was like, should I do this? And they were like, yeah, absolutely. So I went through the interviews. It's a long process, and then I was told that I made it. It was just surreal. I came to this country about 16 years ago with living there for the American dream, and I never even considered the possibility of applying for something like this. And next thing I know, I'm part of the cast of Top Chef. It's quite crazy.
And
Wow.
that probably hits when you like win the first elimination challenge. Were you like excited about getting like to be in to get the soup group, or did you like want to do where you're like, oh man, I wish I'd gotten Tom's group to do like a roasted chicken?
No, in retrospect, but it's the first one. You don't have any point of comparison.
Mm.
Even you know what? Even today, I cannot tell you that I would have preferred a different approach. I think the chicken was the most challenging one. Because there's very little room for error. However, the moment that they told me, okay, you're doing soup, I was not thinking, what would have I done if I had the pasta? How would have I cooked the chicken? You don't have time for that.
Yeah, you just gotta go. And
Yep.
chicken on the show notoriously is, graded on a very steep curve. They don't seem to like chicken dishes very
I
often.
thought Tom hated chicken.
Yeah,
Peasant dish. He says it's like it's not
that's what
good.
they said. That's
That's
their
what he
words, not
says.
ours.
I
That's
love
their
chicken.
words, not ours.
That's my pick. If I'm
Yeah,
I
choosing
mean, I
meats,
love it too. Yep.
chicken. Tom
I
hates
go
it.
to a restaurant, I see chicken on the menu. I'm like, I can hear, the ribeye talking to me. I can hear shrimp talking
Yeah, no,
back.
I mean, I would never order at a restaurant. If I want chicken, I make it at home. It's like
No, no,
ordering
no.
scrambled eggs.
I might want it at a restaurant to see how the professionals are doing with it. I need to pick up what they're doing with it.
So
How'd you
that's
get it so
the
juicy?
so I guess that's the angle. That's the Tom angle
Yeah,
is that like he can do chicken at home. Yeah, because
Yeah,
yeah.
I don't like eating eggs. I learned recently that breakfast is good at restaurants, but I usually get pancakes. But like, yeah, eggs I can make at home. Eggs are easy. Like I can make an egg,
Hmm.
and I can't
yeah. I'm
cook
not
at
gonna
all.
go spend money for something that I can do at home and probably better.
I'm not doing
Yeah,
it better. You could do it better, probably. I'm not doing it better. If
I
anything, it's
proudly,
worse. But I wouldn't know.
I, I proudly love going to a very fancy restaurant and paying a lot of money for something I might be able to make at home, so
That's
I
what you
can
like.
have it made better than I would make it. And I'm like, you know what? This justifies it for me. This chicken was
Yeah,
very good.
and you don't have to do the dishes.
Yeah, I don't have to do the
Yo,
dishes.
the dishes. If you had to go out to eat and they made you do dishes afterwards,
No one
would
would
you
be there.
still
No one
do
go
it?
out. No one's going out.
I mean, if they didn't charge me for the meal and it was a great meal, I think it's a great
You get a
trade-off.
little off. It's not free, you
Yeah.
get a little off. It's not
Like
free.
if it wasn't free, then no, it would suck. But if they were like, hey, it's gonna be $400, so you get to wash dishes, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just play some music and just put me on the dish area, and I'll just wash dishes all night long. I don't care.
They
I've done
probably
it
got the
before,
big
and
machine too that doesn't really you can put it in the thing and close it down.
it 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 is fun. It turns into almost like a Zen garden when you're there. To be honest with you, it's not as bad as people think.
Like
I
in the
think
kitchen doing it.
Yeah.
there's gonna be a Michelin restaurant that's gonna like get patrons to go to the back and put their dishes in the dishwasher, and it's all gonna be part of the experience.
Yeah. I
It's
love
coming.
that. Farm to table to dishwasher. You get the whole experience.
The whole experience interactive.
Yeah, you get the fun of being because I washed dishes when I was in like high school and I was like I mean I was like 14, 15 years old. Everyone was like much older than I was. It was an experience. It was something. I had to bust tables too. It was wild. It's good.
Yeah.
Made me tough. Made me
So
hate
everybody has
people.
to do it at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
Mhm.
Is there a dish from the your time on Top Chef that still haunts you?
Oh boy. Mm, the Cheese Fest,
Mm, the
the third
Cheese
one.
Fest.
Yeah,
Mm.
man. That just sucked in
Take it
many ways.
cheesy. Take it cheesy is what
Yeah,
they called it.
that was a whole thing. I had eaten cheese curds before. I've never
Hmm.
like worked with them.
Hmm.
Uh, in retrospect, they're basically like Oaxaca cheese. When they get
Hmm.
cold, they get chewy. So now, would have, should have, could have. You can like think of like 100 other ways to use them. Um, so I wanted to do these like fritters, which I mean, that croquette fest. When people are like, "Why everybody doing croquettes?" Well, we didn't know
Everyone
what
did
we were
cook.
doing until
Yeah.
10 minutes left of the shop.
Yeah.
At that point, you're like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna change things." Like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm doing croquette, and you, me too. Like
Yeah.
at the store, like, okay, it's too late to think of something else. Um, so obviously, when all that happens, and then it was like 91, 92 degrees. So obviously, my uh potatoes were like it was trying I was trying to bread warm mashed potatoes at that point.
Mm.
There was a point that like 2 minutes before we opened that I just like there was like the cameras are everywhere, and I'm just like, I can believe that I may be going home over fucking potatoes. I was so mad. I was so mad. But I mean, at that point, like I said, you just gotta go with the punches. You know, like you just gotta make it happen to the best of your possibilities. And yeah, so that dish really haunts me. Now that I have worked with cheese curds, now I can think of other things that I wish I would have thought about.
Have you put them on the menu at Camp
No,
Pickle? No.
no, I have not. They don't fit the concept.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
literally the only reason why.
Okay.
Yeah, squeaky cheese doesn't really fit. You're the concept you're going for. That squeaky cheese curd. It's
Yeah,
a fun little
exactly.
noise. Um, Savannah mentioned that the only she didn't say only, I'm gonna say only. The only reason you won the like taste challenge was because you used a tongue scraper. And she didn't say it, but I think she thinks you were
Yeah.
cheating because of this tongue
She kind of
scraper. I think
implied
she
it. Yeah.
thinks that it was an unfair advantage. Do you feel that it was an unfair advantage?
Because of that, or the tongue scraper.
Yeah.
If it was a baking challenge and I'm a baker, that wouldn't be an unfair challenge. It just play to your skill, to your strengths, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, so that's what I would say. But yeah, we had talked about the tongue scraper before. So when that happened, I was like, "See, motherfuckers, I told you, it works."
It works.
Oh, you were aware of it helping. You were like, this helps me taste. Like you knew that
Yeah,
it did that.
I mean, not that I have any scientific proof. In my
I
head,
mean, you won.
it
Hmm.
works because you're resetting everything
Yeah.
there. Like
Yeah.
whether it's a fact or not, I don't know. But in my head, it does.
I mean, the
I
science is
haven't fact
there.
checked.
Yeah. The science is
This
there for you.
it's on the
It,
thing.
it's working for you, so you have
I mean,
survived your bias.
maybe a placebo effect. I don't know, but I mean, at the end of the day, it worked.
I would like
I'm
to
gonna
know if
try this.
everyone is doing it now. Now that people know the secret's out
Yeah.
there, this quick fire happens. Everyone's like, give me the tongue scraper. Let's go.
Man, I have had people. So I'm doing pop-ups now, and I have had people approach me to tell me that now they use a tongue scraper because of that episode.
Would you
Wow.
use it at a restaurant? Would you like show up at a restaurant and if it was like a
No,
multi-course meal, you have one meal, one course, scrape the tongue, do
no,
the next one? What if people started
no.
doing that?
I mean that would be so weird and mildly disgusting for some people. Uh,
It's a little, yeah.
but there's even like this scene on the episode where they have me like doing it, and I was like, that's like a personal thing,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it was a very personal moment. I was not expecting them showing it for the length of the time that they showed
Time
it.
that they did.
That's like a
Yeah.
bathroom moment.
Yeah, exactly.
Did
Now,
you?
hold on. Did your PR team come up to you afterwards and be like, we got an offer for tongue scraper merchandise?
Oh,
You
you
want
got
to
to
pick
do
it
I'm
up?
that.
still waiting for it, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Crest. I know Crest listens to our podcast. The Crest is out there. Crest, let's make it happen. Manny, some corporate synergy going on. It'll be
Yeah.
great. Um, okay. Was the fish yucky in the fish boil?
uh I mean, I think it was yucky because we had to go through like what is called the first pancake on how to make that dish. If we all had the opportunity to make it again, not that anybody's looking forward to it, but I
Hmm.
feel that we will go heavier on the seasonings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole the water actually needs to be boiling. Like there's a lot of things that we just didn't know, had ever heard of, but now we're like, okay, now I know how far I can push the flavors.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's one of the
We're
things about the challenges on the show. They might work something one time and it's like you're being judged on it and you might be eliminated on it, but it's like, man, I wonder if you had make the group do the same challenge 2 weeks in a row. I wonder if like it would be vastly different because everyone's like, well, I took all my lessons learned and now applied it to the second time, so now this is going to be much harder to judge.
Yeah, you're basically doing R&D and you only
Yeah.
have one shot.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I mean, if they did like the British Bake Off like model where like you're given a week, you're told what the challenge is going to be. You're given a week to like try things and come up and here's the best thing I got. But
Yeah.
then,
I would.
you lose the edge of Top Chef where it's like you
Yeah,
could fall on your face. People want to see
Yeah.
someone fall on their face potentially
exactly.
or like
Like that,
come up with it.
that's the name of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I still
top.
would like to see that.
um
Chefs get a week to practice something and then come in.
Were you upset that they didn't let you throw the gasoline on the fire at the? Because you guys have to do all the work to make this fish boil, and then the guy comes in, he tags you guys out, and he's like, "All right, I get to do the fun thing of make the fire explode."
Um, would have I liked to do it? Yes. Am I glad that I didn't have to worry about investing time in doing it? Also, yes. It would have been just one more thing. Like, well, at least I don't have to do that, and I can focus on the other
Yeah.
things now. So there are pros and cons for not having to do it. But I mean, if I ever have the opportunity to do it, yeah, light shed on fire,
Pretty
100%.
cool. Look pretty
Yeah.
cool. I want to do it. That'd be
All
pretty
right.
cool.
Let's do our segment called Chefs I Prepared for You. This is a segment we do every week. We talk about what we had for dinner last night and only last night, and we present it as if we're presenting it to the judges on Top Chef. There will be a winner at the end. We will choose and pick the winner because we
We
do not
won't
vote
vote.
anymore. We
No,
don't
voting's
vote on
done.
this. Voting's done, from what I hear
We don't
in
vote.
politics. It's the
Never the
last
vote
time we won't
anymore.
be voting. Okay, I will go first. Chefs, I prepared for you, and I this was not planned. Chefs, I prepared for you. Homemade Detroit style pizza
Wait,
with
why is that not planned? What's the
because I
connection?
didn't plan to make such a elaborate dish
Oh,
of
oh, oh. I thought there was like some
homemade.
connection to Manny. I was like,
No,
did you
no,
guys talk
no,
about
no, no,
Detroit style pizza
no,
before I got on?
no, no, no. I just did not
Is Manny in Detroit
realize
right now? Like, did I miss something?
homemade Detroit style pizza with Wisconsin brick cheese and
Cup
pepperonis and
pepperonis. You do the
a
cuppies, right? The little cuppy
I
pepperonis.
didn't this time, flat peps, but
Oh,
I also used for the first time jalapeno and herb infused olive oil infused into the dough. And my man, it was the spiciest pizza I've ever had.
was it? Was it
Oh,
good?
it was so good and spicy.
Jalapeno infused.
I may have ruined myself from normal pizza again.
You can't go back.
I don't think I can not have like a spicy tingling feeling in my mouth when I'm having pizza anymore.
Yep, I've been there.
Um, uh, chefs, last night I procured for you. So this is sad, and I apologize in advance for what I had for dinner last night. I had a big lunch. My
Mm-hmm.
dinner was a bowl of Annie's, is it Annie's or Amy's? Cheddar bunnies.
Annie.
Annie's cheddar bunnies and one Samoa girls, what they're called caramel delights now, and two
Mm-hmm.
lemonade Girl Scout cookies. And that was what I had for dinner.
Now I thought
It
you
was
were
pretty
not
good.
eating animals anymore.
Well, no, so these are fake is the thing. Okay, yeah, so okay. Oh gosh, sorry, no one told you. These are like fake bunnies. And I ate a bunch of them.
Oh, okay. I
They're
thought you were
cheddar.
actually having. Oh, okay. Okay. Whew.
Yeah,
I was going to
no.
say you had bunnies out of a box. That's okay. I've been to West Virginia, but it's been a while.
I don't live there.
Okay.
My dog once ate a bunch of bunnies in West Virginia. Found a found a thing, like found a nest,
And they just
and
ate
she
a
was like
bunch?
tossing them up and catching them in her mouth and eating them. It was
Wow.
insane. She's a monster.
Did did she bring them back to you? I'm like, throw it
No,
for
they were
me.
done. She
Oh,
like they
they
were
were
like
done.
one bite. Sorry, that's gross. I'm sorry, everybody. That's really disgusting.
What was the cookies you had? You called them
One
Samoas, but they're not
one
called that
Samoas,
anymore?
but they're called caramel delights now
Why
officially.
are they called caramel delights now?
It used to be a regional thing. Some used to be called caramel delights, some are called Samoas. Now they're all called, or maybe they're not. I don't know. But just now mine are called caramel delights.
Okay.
And then lemonades, which is like the lemon cookie.
Oh, I thought that was actually the drink.
No, it was two
But
more
okay.
cookies. So three
Okay, two
cookies in
more.
total.
Three cookies and mac and cheese.
No, Annie's cheddar bites. They're like little cheeses, but they're shaped like bunnies. I wish it was mac and
I'm
cheese.
so lost to
It
Annie's
was like
cheddar bites.
it was just like cheeses, but they're shaped like bunnies. And they're
Manny, you don't know this
organic.
about me, but I don't really eat anything out of a box. I only eat anything that the ingredient is basically itself. So I eat like what a baby eats, basically, but very balanced
Babies
diet.
eat cheddar bunnies. Manny, does your
Babies,
child eat Annie's cheddar
you
bunnies?
can't feed a baby cheddar bunnies.
I would need to be high for that.
I'll allow it.
Okay, Annie's cheddar bunnies. Then maybe it is Amy's. I don't know. I thought I was talking about you were talking about the mac and cheese boxes.
No, it's the same brand. It's the
Oh,
same
okay.
brand. They just make a bunch of different foods, including cheddar bunnies.
So why did you have a toddler's dinner last night?
Um, because I'm irresponsible and I'm a bad adult.
Where was your
And
wife last
because I
night?
can do my wife was here.
Did she have the same dinner?
No.
I'm
Um,
not asking. I'm not asking because I'm saying Carrie should have made dinner. I'm asking because what did Carrie
I'll let her
eat?
know that you said that. Um, no, she didn't stop me if she was like, "What are you doing?" She gets it. We've been together for like 20 years. She gets it. Like she
Yeah, I'm
knows
just
what I'm
wondering if there's
doing.
anything else on the menu, and you said, "Nah, I'm gonna handle these cheddar bites and these cookies tonight."
I
And
forget. I don't know what she did on her own. Yesterday was Saturday. We didn't really do much. Um,
well, it's a sitting day. You probably sat around lunch.
uh-huh. Yeah, that's what it is. What do we got something big. She probably only had that for lunch. Hers was probably enough to carry her through where at like
Okay.
9 p.m. I'm like, I gotta eat something.
Yeah.
I went cheddar bunnies and cookies.
Okay. What'd you wash it down with?
Probably water
Okay.
or a Diet Mountain Dew, but I don't think I had any
Y-
Diet Mountain Dew.
9 p.m. last night, so 24 hours ago. You can't remember? Probably water.
My brain
Hmm.
is mush, dude. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
nothing. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
bad.
All right. That's a good dinner for you. I'm
Hmm?
glad you made something. You know.
Yeah.
All right, Chef Manny.
Um, chef, today I have for you a 12-hour smoked beef shank grilled
Oh
cheese
my
sandwich with
God.
American
Wow.
cheese, pickles, and Duke's mayo on sourdough.
Wow.
That's what you made?
That's what you had for. My
Just
God.
out of nowhere, you were like, I'm gonna make
I,
this.
I'm meal prepping because we have a baby. So
You meal prep
I
with a
got some
12-hour
samples.
cook.
So I meal prep before the baby got here, and then I bagged it and I froze it. So
Hmm.
that way, whenever we're tired, we just take stuff out of the freezer and thaw it, and then we have a quick meal.
Smart.
Wait, I
Smart.
didn't ask before. How old is your baby?
4 weeks this
Oh
Tuesday.
wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
very new. That's a super
Yeah.
new baby. Congratulations. That's a
Yeah.
very new baby.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. So yeah, that's why we decided to meal prep and have food in the chest freezer with a Costco to make it as easy as possible. And I have a couple of chef friends here that have been bringing us food as well. So it's a great community.
Oh wow. Okay. So what you're saying is there's no excuse to not still eat 4-star
I know.
meals,
It's got a four
even
week
with
old
the.
baby churning out 12-week roast grilled cheese
Yeah.
sandwiches with
Top
Duke's
Chef has
mayo.
changed you. There is no
Good
excuse now.
specific. And I had cheddar bunnies last night because I couldn't be
Mm-hmm.
bothered to make like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It was like too much for me.
Yeah.
So peanut butter, crunchy or smooth?
Crunchy.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Mm.
I'm getting super crunch. I want the one that's got more
Yes,
peanuts than cream in it. I
a
want it to
Wow.
be
100%.
I want it to be a tough
You
to
want to
get through.
crunch. You want it
Yes.
to crunch.
And I don't want it to be juicy. I want it to be the cheapest, like thickest peanut butter that's Jiffy or Jif, and it's not organic. It's not half oil. It's just a solid peanut.
Chunk. Yeah.
Yeah, you're already there. You're eating a PB&J. It doesn't have to be healthy.
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe
Hmm.
the grape jelly can be, I don't care what that is, but like the peanut butter's got to be like a certain thing.
Yeah.
That's important to me.
Does a
Reeves
peanut
also
butter
does.
and jelly sandwich need to be? Can you like do variations of like toasted bread or
Toasting a
anything?
peanut butter jelly sandwich is kind of next levels it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've
put in
never.
the panini press.
I have to
Ooh,
say, I have to admit, on this show, I've never had a PB&J.
Jamal,
So
you've only ever had two subs your entire life.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That cannot be true.
Manny, it's true. As someone who's played in little league basketball and football and been offered many a PB&J and declined, I have never eaten a PB&J in my entire life.
Have you had a peanut butter sandwich?
No, I don't hate peanut butter. I just don't prefer it. But I just have never had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I've never had peanut butter. I don't like peanut butter cookies.
What's stopping you from having a peanut butter and jelly sandwich? At
I,
this point,
I
is it
just
just principle now at this point?
I think at this point it's like, we didn't grow up together. We don't have a friendship. So why am I trying to like it's hard to make friends when you're older. Anyways, why am I making friends with this peanut butter at my old age?
Yeah,
So
hey, Brian, you don't miss what you don't know.
yeah.
So
I guess that's true, but you're missing out, Jamal.
I hear the stories and it's like, oh, I wish I had tickets to that game. But I was busy that night. Yeah, I hear everyone talks about BB&J like it's the greatest thing in the world. I'm just like, man, I'll never have that memory. I'll never have that.
Basketball players live off of it. If you read like reports on basketball players in the NBA, like what they order from their like
Yeah,
expensive chefs are peanut
yeah,
butter and jelly sandwiches.
yeah.
One of my
It's like,
favorite munching meals.
Yeah.
mm,
You ever put chips on it, Manny? You ever like spice it up, put some chips on there?
In the PB&J? No.
Yeah.
No. What kind of
mm,
chips?
Brother. Probably like a I love when I add chips to sandwiches, it's usually like a wavy Lay's sort of
Yeah,
thing,
like
like with some like
basic.
backbone to it.
mm.
Yeah.
Give it
Yeah.
a shot, man.
I mean, I will for sure.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm changing minds here. It's gonna end up on the menu.
Next episode of the podcast, that's gonna be your dinner, your dish.
And I want it now. I'm gonna go downstairs and eat it now. I don't have chips though. Can't keep them in the house.
Okay, the choosing floor is now open, and we will pick. I will go first. And there's rules here, Manny. You cannot pick yourself,
Big
and you
roll.
can only have one pick. And if it ends up in a tie, the next round we must. You can't pick the same person you picked last time.
Yeah.
It's only if it ends up in a tie. Sometimes it is. I will go first. My pick is Chef Manny.
I'm gonna go second, and this isn't sucking up because you're our guest, but I'm going Chef Manny. I mean, that's. I
Mm,
mean, are you crazy? Come on.
yeah.
Well, I was gonna go for the pizza.
Oh,
Oh,
I
that's
thank you.
love
fair.
I love
Thank
pizza
you.
and I love Detroit style. My wife doesn't like it. She likes but I like any pizza. Doesn't matter.
Thank you. This is validation. Was my pet project during the pandemic. I learned how to make Detroit style pizza after many failures, and now it is so good that my friends ask for me to make it and bring it to them
I've
on
yet to have
occasion.
one. I've yet to
So
have one.
yeah, I said my friends. All right.
Wow.
So
Can I take a quick like side step? I'm gonna take two steps into something now.
uh-huh.
Okay. Manny, you are from Mexico, Monterrey, Mexico. I've been to
Mhm.
Mexico twice. Spent some time in Mexico City, and some time in another place in like the Oaxaca area on the beach. Beautiful. Can you get good pizza in Mexico?
Yes, you can. Also, let me backtrack. What do you define as good pizza?
Mm,
I
he wasn't ready for that.
I
He
well,
wasn't
I
ready for
think
that.
yeah, I mean I'm super generalizing. There was like a place that I went to in Mexico City that was like hopping. It was packed. It was like a pizza place. The pizza looked great. And it just like didn't hit. It like was kind of like different. And I don't know if it was like maybe it's like a different maybe they do it differently there. It doesn't hit for me. I'm a basic like New York style flat cheese sauce kind of guy. I'll
Yeah.
mess around with some other stuff, but like I don't know. That felt like is that what they're going for there?
No, like I have had like anywhere from incredible Neapolitan style pizza to over the counter, and, like in everything in between. So can you get it? Yes. Is it gonna be as easy to find as it is in America? Or if you are in New York or Chicago or San Francisco or like the bigger cities, it's not as common as it is here in America.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Not to, I didn't mean to generalize. I
No,
know
no,
there's
no.
good pizza in Mexico. After I said I was like,
No,
you
there
real
is,
asshole.
but you don't find them. You don't have like if you go to DoorDash right now, I can find seven different places
Yeah.
that I can order pizza from. It's not like that in Mexico.
Okay. Okay, here's the transition from that. Uh it had like a kind of like rock and roll metal vibe, this like place that I went to. And I know that Mexico has like it's kind of in there's a big rock and roll vibe kind of going on there for like younger folks. You admitted on the show that you were in a band when you were younger, an emo band. I can't find it on the internet. I've looked. I, like you, am an emo kid, grown up,
Uh
pop punk
oh.
kid through and through. So I want to know what you sounded like, who your influences were, and like how far did you get in the process? Were you playing shows? Did you tour? Like, did you want to tour?
Uh,
Like, what was that like?
I'll send you the link. We're on
Hell
Spotify.
yeah.
Uh, so I played bass in there. I grew up listening. My first favorite band was Nirvana.
Hmm.
And then I moved to MXPX, NoFX, guitarist. Now I listen more to like All Time Low, Voice Like Girl, in her own words, stuff like that. We recorded 3 EPs. We traveled all over the top half of Mexico with my college buddies. Yeah, I mean, we had a blast. We did it for about 4 years. And I still
Wow.
listen to them. Sometimes I'm in the car just listening to the
Listening
songs.
to
Yeah,
your own
yeah,
stuff, that rules.
it's good
Nice.
reminiscing on some of the best years of my life.
Yeah. Were you guys
Yeah,
like
Nice.
absolutely.
in a van going around?
In one of my buddy's cars, and
Nice.
we were. I mean, I grew up. My household was very strict, so I wasn't allowed to like go to a different state. So we will go play and then come back, and my parents didn't find out until a couple years ago that I kept doing that.
Was there a scene that you were a part of then, or like, even if it's like nearby that like all the kids kind of went to the same shows, other kind of like local
Oh yeah,
bands?
yeah. There was a huge punk scene in Monterry, Mexico.
Yeah.
I'm in touch with some of the people that play in different bands and everything, but it was huge.
Yeah.
Like now I know Chef from other cities. We knew bands from other cities. I mean, there was MySpace back then. There was
Right.
no
Yeah.
Instagram or anything.
Yeah.
It was a little harder to stay in touch, obviously.
hmm You had your like pure volume stuff like that, some like real great stuff to find stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I'll send you the link on email so
Hell
you
yeah.
can
Is
Sweet.
that
look
what
at
it
it.
was? Was it more like pop punk, like MXPX, like kind of
Yeah,
vibe?
it was more like pop punk. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, that
yeah.
was my
Happy
shit, man.
punk.
Yeah, that's my shit. Yeah, all the like, I'm a big like Newfound Glory guy, movie life. Like
Yeah,
that's like my like,
exactly. Yeah, just
love
like
it.
yeah, Fall Out Boy, stuff like that.
It's
Yeah,
the best stuff. It's the best, and everyone who doesn't say it's the best doesn't know.
yeah.
It's the best.
I'm an older emo man. Yeah,
This
I
is
have
like peanut butter and jelly for me.
Yeah, we're just
I bought this onesie for my baby that says "Raised by an Elder Emo."
nice, nice.
Nice.
I see. They have these like onesies now that are like based off of like lyrics from bands. Like there's like a I'd still
Yeah,
pick my mom over you, like a Newfound Glory onesie that I think is very fun. I don't have
yeah.
a
I have
kid,
one
but
that
I would
says
do that.
there's a bunch of cubes and it says "I just want to break it down so badly."
That's really good.
Yeah,
That's very, very good.
yeah, Jamal.
Taking
That's a
Back
song
Sunday.
from Taking Back Sunday.
He has no idea. He
I
has no
have no
idea.
clue. I have no clue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love some Taking Back Sunday. I'm all about that. Yeah, that
Were
rules.
you
Okay.
doing were you doing the emo rock stuff while like trying to be a lawyer?
Yeah, so I started the last year of high school, and then while I was in college before I dropped out from law school. Yeah, I was doing that on the weekends. Yeah, that was every weekend, either practice with the band or go and play at a show.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
very, very
when
active.
what made you leave law school to go be a chef? What was it?
My moral compass. I guess
Oh.
it didn't align with. I mean, if you wanted to be a good lawyer, usually the bad people are the ones that need the lawyers the most. My dad, rest in peace, he was a Fed,
Mm-hmm.
so there was going to be some conflict of interest in there and everything.
Mm.
And something that I say now, now that I decided to change my life path into something that was about making people's days better. And here in the restaurant industry, uh, not a lot of people think about this, but our job is quite easy because nobody goes to a restaurant upset that they're about to get served.
Yeah.
So the guest happiness is in our hands. It's for us to lose.
Yeah.
So half of my job is done, the outcome of what I do is way more positive than being a lawyer. So that and among many other things, I was like, you know what, this is not a fuck yes.
Mm-hmm. And if it's not a fuck yes, it's a no.
Exactly, 100%.
Well,
That
you know,
rules.
I'm in DC, so this is a big lawyer town. And I have a lot of friends who kind of come to that same conclusion who are in law school right now.
Yeah, and people used to ask me, like, why do you want to be a lawyer? And I said, there are a few things in this life that bring me as much pleasure as showing you that you're wrong and I am right with facts.
You can do that with food
Uh,
too.
yeah.
That's if you people are like, I don't
Yeah.
like this, you're like, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That rules. I
Um,
wish I had the guts to like do something that I like to do. So I just work a job that I hate.
And you just gotta do it, and it's scary, and it was scary. I dropped out. I had a full ride. I used to play football,
Oh wow.
mm,
like American football. Uh, and I have full ride and dropped out, like left everything in order to go to culinary school and paid my way through college
Oh
by
wow.
being like a promoter at a club and working as a debt collector for a telemarketing company.
Wow.
Okay, so phone debt collecting, not showing up, break your knees,
No, just,
Yeah.
no, 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 just
Rocky.
on the phone. So I did the whole 2 jobs and college so I could pay for culinary school.
Wow.
Wow.
That's intense. Wow, to like turn down. Wow, okay. So you
What'd you
played
learn in culinary school that at chef now, if you could go back and be like, Chef Manny, you don't need that.
Man, I feel that culinary school just gives you the foot in the door. But you like 99% of what I have learned, I learned it on the streets.
Hmm.
I
Actually
mean,
doing it.
in my case, it gave me the title of I graduated from college in order to apply for a J-1 visa that eventually landed my first job here in America.
Hmm.
Otherwise, I would have not been able to get a J-1 visa. So something came
Oh,
out of it.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how I came to the country with a visa program.
Okay.
oh, nice. Was that always the plan when you were thinking of like being a chef? You wanted to move?
Man, I was working at this restaurant in Mexico, and then my girlfriend at the time cheated on me, and I got the equivalent of getting bangs. I was like, I'm leaving the country. So I applied.
That's
I
that's leaving the country for like
yeah. So
like
I
a guy in
applied for
Mexico is like, I gotta get bangs, and that's moving to America.
yeah. So I
Mhm.
applied for jobs, and I probably applied like for 30 jobs, and one of those was relocating to Tunica, Mississippi. So I landed working at a casino with my first visa. And at the time, I was like, I'll be back. But then I started getting like networking and meeting people and applying for more visas and kind of liked it. I like the being out of my element. And
Mhm.
I've lived in 12 different cities. I've worked in 13 restaurants in my career. The whole hello, my name is Manny. What is your name? It doesn't scare me. I've met so many people that I can still keep in my life because of all my travels that it's just the best thing I could have done.
I
What
think
was
that's something that the United States should do. People talk about like, oh, everyone should have military service. I think it should be mandatory that citizens travel the country. They have to go to a state a year, a different state a year, to like learn
Mhm.
from what it's like living there, the people there. Like I think the mindset of everyone would be different here.
just yeah,
Gives you a lot of perspective.
yeah.
When I was in Mississippi, I was getting paid $10 an hour, and people were like, "Oh, we were so underpaid here," which yes, I agree with that. But at the same time, I used to tell them, "You think you're underpaid? Go to Mexico and work as a cook there, and then come and tell me if you're being underpaid." I think it's just a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We're like, I'm getting paid in dollars. I work 5 days a week instead of six. In Mexico, it's 6 days, no matter what.
Oof.
Um, so that gives you a lot of appreciation of what you can get here. Now, not long ago, I was talking to this guy from Argentina, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'm just here living the American dream." And he said, "Brother, it's not the American dream because what you have accomplished, you could have accomplished it in any other country. This is your dream, not an American dream." So from that moment on, I I keep working on like I'm not living the American dream. I'm living my dream. It happens to
Yeah.
be in America.
Yeah.
I like that. I
It
like
was
that.
good.
Yeah, I never thought about that. It's getting harder to do that and stuff here too. So yeah, I mean, just
Yeah.
like empathy, learning, meeting people, empathy, super important. Liking people. What was it like in Tunica? Had you been to Mississippi before? Had you like explored much of?
I had no idea where I was getting myself into. I landed in Memphis, and then we keep driving south, and I'm just like, the city's back there.
You're like
Where
Memphis,
are we?
cool. This rules, and then you
Yeah,
go.
where are we? Beale Street is shit. Like, but like, where are we going? But I didn't know anything else. I mean, I had been in McAllen, Texas, and in Dallas once when I was a kid, but not as an adult. And then I went to Atlanta, Georgia on vacation. And as soon as we landed in Atlanta, I'm just like, guys, we live in the middle of nowhere. this is
Yeah.
this is the America that I was picturing when I came over here. Uh, but I learned a lot about Southern cuisine. Like making fried chicken in a cast iron pan with lard, kind of thing. The two funny stories, real quick. So we get there and they're like, "Hey, you can order anything from the cafeteria." We're staying at the hotel the first week. and I'm there ready for like to live like the culinary world and like
Mhm.
learn about cultures. And I'm just looking at the menu and I'm like, oh my God, catfish. So exotic. I was like blown away that I was gonna try catfish. And like 3 days later, I'm just like, shit, this shit is everywhere. And and the first time that I saw okra, fried okra,
Uh-huh.
I thought it was fried jalapenos, so I grabbed a handful of okra and I
Oh
put it in my
boy.
mouth. And I was like, these jalapenos are bad. They're all slimy. I didn't even know what okra was. So there was a lot of like cultural shock there. But I'm so grateful. I mean, eventually now my wife and I just bought a house a couple months ago. We
Oh,
just had a
congratulations.
baby, got
Congratulations.
married last.
Congrats.
Like everything that happened last year, it was like the culmination of one of the chapters of my life that has been 16 years in the works.
Wow.
So it was the best decision I could have done in my life.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you go on Top Chef and you're like, oh, I have like imposter syndrome, but then it's like you realize like I've been like working at this for
Mm-hmm.
16 years. Like I earned it to be here. I can do this. I got this. And then yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes we gotta give ourselves the credit that we deserve. And surround yourself with a good circle of friends that sometimes people see things in you that you don't see yourself.
Hmm.
And you just gotta believe them. If you have a good circle and they see something, just trust them that you got what it takes. Because we are our worst critics.
Yeah.
And that's something like, well, maybe I have what it takes. I'm not seeing it, so I'm just gonna keep looking for it. I'm gonna keep embracing the imposter syndrome to go the extra mile, to work the extra hour, to like go that do that little bit, that 10% extra that will help you mentally overcome that fear.
And we only get to see you guys publicly, right? We see you on the show, but we don't get to see all the work and the hours you've done in the dark when no one's looking, when it's just you trying to perfect and become better at your craft. And we see it, and then the public critiques it, but like you then have to go back to like, all right, I'm waking up 5 a.m. to like do some cooking thing. Like we don't get to see any of that.
Yeah, I got into David Goggins. He is this leadership speaker that Savannah introduced me to, actually. So I've read all his books. And he says, if you're not trying to accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish, I don't really care what you have to say. And that phrase right there, I don't think that there is anybody that has been in Top Chef that will judge you for the fuck ups that you committed
Yeah,
during the show. And the people that have not been there, if somebody were to say, "Wow, why did you do this?" Like when you go there,
you
let's
do it.
talk.
Yeah.
You do it, and let's talk. And I will never judge anybody for fuck ups during the show. The same way that, to my knowledge, nobody has ever given me shit for the mistakes that I made. It's part of it, and until you live it, you don't have the right to judge the people that have been there.
Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
have the
it's a whole other animal, man.
Hmm.
There's nothing that can prepare you for it.
Yeah.
do you have the like itch now? Have you gone on any other like reality cooking shows since then? Anything you want to do? Like is that still a part of your life?
No, like after that happened, we were getting ready to open the location. As a culinary director, I had a big role that is like, not, I need to focus. I'm really appreciative for what happened in Top Chef. People have it, would you go again? And we're like, right now, I don't think so. At the time, I didn't have a restaurant. I was not married. I didn't have a kid. And even then, the stress that is put on your circle, on your significant other, like my wife was planning the wedding by herself. She got COVID while I was there. Her mom had open heart surgery. So there's so
Well,
much stress that I can only imagine, like having a restaurant or multiple restaurants and being away from your kids. Like there is so much and so much collateral damage that as of right now, I don't think that it will be very selfish. I think that I did it. I'm very grateful for it. And on to the next thing. What is next? What is
Hmm.
the next challenge that I haven't done? And again, I wouldn't know if 10 years from now the mindset is going to change. But with the information that I have right now, with the experience that I have right now, I'm just this year is like I want to be with my family. I want to be present for my daughter, and the awards and all that they can wait. the time with my daughter is never gonna come back. So right now that's my priority, and we'll see what the future holds.
That rules. I love that. Yeah, who knows? In 10 years, maybe you'll live like the sitcom life where your wife's like, "Get out of the house, I'm sick of you," and you're like, and you can go do the show, you go do another show. She's like, "Please,
You
Guy
know,
Fieri, please come put Manny on your show. Get him out of here."
Kevin and I have talked about one day where we're gonna have like the Power Bottoms travel America, and they just go and discover like dishes that Mexicans and French don't know about, like chets in a shingle kind of thing.
Ooh, I'm
Yeah,
all about that.
they're I love a good travel food show.
Yeah, he's
So
my brother from another mother.
I
well,
do love shit on a
um,
shingle though too. It was a solid meal.
Chef Chef Manny, this has been a pleasure. You've been one hell of a guest, really. Is there anything you want to plug on the way out as we are wrapping up?
Um, with everything that is happening right now, in this country, uh, with us, immigrants and people that come here to live a better life. I feel that kindness is something that is been lacking a lot, because it's, as somebody that left everything and everybody behind, it's fucking hard already. So there's no need to make it harder for these people, especially the ones working two jobs and having kids and everything. Uh, most of us are here just trying to live a better life, and I feel that it's a little bit lost right now. But I'm part of the Hispanic Restaurant Association here in Colorado, and all we want to do is just pave the road and have people not have to go through the same challenges that we went through. They're going to be different, but as long as they're not the same and we make it easier for them, that's the goal. Just build that legacy, and if you come here to try to be good, then I'm all about it.
Nice. Is there anything people can
Thank you.
do to like support that association or associations like that?
Uh, I mean, it sounds like so corny, but just being a good person, man. It doesn't take a lot, Just if you have the opportunity to improve somebody's life and you purposely choose not to do it, then you are the problem. It's part of having integrity. I have With great power comes great responsibility at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. Yeah. Who wants to impede someone's like if someone's people's lives are hard enough. Like
Yeah,
lift people up. Let's like
Lift
what's
people up.
everyone's got their own shit going on for whatever, whatever they got going on. Why who the fuck are you to make their life
yeah.
harder? Like
Spread the
help
love,
people out.
man.
Do
Spread
what
the
Uncle
love.
Ben would do.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Well, all
Responsibility.
right, Chef Manny, thank you so much for coming on. This will be out probably this week.
I'd try. Like Tuesday or Wednesday. I'd try.
No pressure.
But truly, this has been like a really great interview to getting to know you and your background and your story, and like looking forward to, whatever comes, we get to see you again in the future. I hope we do because you're a very talented chef and you're a favorite on the show.
I appreciate it, man. We're all meeting in Wisconsin on April the 13th for Dim Sum Give Some. So Dan Jacobs is putting together a fundraiser, and I know that at least 13 of us are gonna get together in Wisconsin on April the 13th
Oh
Well,
wow.
there you go.
for
Wow,
this fundraiser.
that'd be cool. There's gonna be
Yeah,
a little
yeah, I'm
reunion
really looking
happening.
forward to that.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome. When's the last have you seen you haven't seen some of those guys for a pretty long time? And you see
Uh,
Savannah pretty frequently, you said.
yeah, well, actually, so Dan, Danny, and Kevin came to my wedding.
Oh yeah.
I talk to Kevin every other day. Some like 3 days ago, I was with Dan for like an hour on the phone. I was texting with Michelle earlier. Like we're very close. We may not talk every day, but I cannot imagine not being excited to see each other whenever the opportunity arises.
Yeah. It's like a family.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're trauma bonded.
That'll do it.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys, for having me today. Yeah, it's I don't get the opportunity to talk a lot about Top Chef as of late, so it's just good to reminiscing about the good times and the not so good that build the character.
Yeah, it was
Thank
truly a pleasure. So
you ever get bored, want to come on talk Top Chef again, give us a ring. We're
Oh,
always looking
yeah.
we got nothing else going on, man. We need content, dude. We got the new season's coming out. We got nothing. Like, please, if you're bored and you want to come on, talk about
Yeah.
the episode 2 of the new season, give us a call.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'll send you the link to Spotify.
Hell yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, thank you.
Jamal's
Awesome.
not. He doesn't like music.
Oh, I'm gonna listen to it. I'm not gonna understand it because it's peanut butter and jelly, but I'm gonna listen to it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, guys.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you. See ya.
Bye-bye.
This is fun.
Absolutely.
This is great, guys. You guys got something here. This is fun.
Thank you guys so much. I really, really appreciate it. And y'all got a new fan. I love it. Love hearing you guys' commentary. So
Okay, you might make the outro with that.
Yeah, clip it.